that you wouldn't want to live anymore, that you would lose your will of fire, that you would lose your will, your hope, and that you would just give up. But they really never saw the magnificent transformation because they were only looking from the outside in. They weren't in the furnace with you. They were on the outside trying to prod 10 10. I don't know. I was about to say 15 15, but they were just poking around, right? You were physically inside the furnace. You got to see the change from the inside. You got the inside perspective, right? They only see the surface level change. And now, because of how you've elevated, because of how you raised up, I'm telling you, they don't even recognize the person that you were. They don't even recognize the person that you become, because now you went from being this person that maybe was a little weird, maybe was a little awkward, maybe at first, the things that people said like made sense because of how you acted in certain situations. So they were like, oh, well, this must be true because, like, look at them, 1111. But you might not necessarily be an extrovert, right? So in certain situations, you might be more introverted, you might be more shy, right? And so,
man. And of course, thank you, Jordan. You know what I'm saying? This God, you know what I'm saying? Man, I don't want to be like I'm no snitching on churches and stuff like that. But I'm God, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm Adam. You know what I'm saying? Adam, you know what I'm saying? Adam is love, you know what I'm saying? Adam is life. You know what I'm saying? Adam is who I am, you know what I'm saying? I before am, you know what I'm saying? And who I am is the man in the mirror, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to make it difficult for y'all, you know what I'm saying? To be your own self, you know what I'm saying? Knowing it's an enemy that lied, you know what I'm saying? And got to be one of us, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Me, I'm you. You know what I'm saying? When I go to the bank, you know what I'm saying? I'm the bank teller. You know what I'm saying? Helping me, you know what I'm saying? I'm the loan officer that's gonna take my credit, you know what I'm saying? Everybody in the world stealing my credit, you know what I'm saying? That's using my social security number that found out I'm God and they can, you know what I'm saying? Preachers that got my name on their list like I'm they dependent when knowing damn well they depend on me, you know what I'm saying? How in the world, you know what I'm saying, we gonna keep people working, you know what I'm saying, if we stop, you know what I'm saying, and the government shut down, you know what I'm saying, because of organized crime, you know what I'm saying? And then you don't want to say that because you feel like a snitch talking about, you know what I'm saying, organized crime, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to snitch on no gang members or no Mason members or no, American Legion members, but you don't know nothing about none of that. You know what I'm saying? You just straight God. But you made all that stuff. God, this Uncle Peck, this Craig, this Richard James, you know what I'm saying? That loose tooth right there at the bottom, that Jakai missing, you finna lose it, Daddy. You finna lose it, so go to the dentist, you know what I'm saying? But man, this stuff is so criminalistic, man, that you don't have nobody you could trust no more, you know what I'm saying? God in everybody, yeah. But everybody don't believe that that's God, you know what I'm saying, that they can see in their mirror, you know what I'm saying? But I'm here to tell you, I died, you know what I'm saying? Kent Green dead, you know what I'm saying? And this Kent Green talking to you through Adam, you know what I'm saying? I had to play Mike in the hospital and show Adam that I could walk in the room without even touching a knob, you know what I'm saying? Just come right through the door, you know what I'm saying? And Mario, he had just died, you know what I'm saying? And Mario was in the same hospital with me, but he just couldn't talk to me because he was a taller, older, looking man, you know what I'm saying? And it wouldn't have looked right if he just came to me and said, man, I'm going to get you out of here, man. It's Mario. You know, he couldn't do that, so we just had to act like we didn't know each other, you know what I'm saying? And Ari Lennox, you know what I'm saying, was in there, you know what I'm saying? She was preaching to the people, you know what I'm saying, whenever she wants something, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? My daughter said, that wasn't Ari. Yeah, it was Ari, you know what I'm saying? I know Ari when I see Ari. She wasn't in no good shape, but then she was, you know, Ari. You know what I'm saying? I know Malcolm X when I see Malcolm X, and I know Simeon when I see Simeon. You know what I'm saying? And Simeon know who he was, you know what I'm saying? So, Simeon know he was Malcolm X, and Dal Matthews know he was the Malcolm X. Levent know he was Malcolm X. You know what I'm saying? Adam was Enoch. You know what I'm saying? Enoch grandson. Enoch's son. You know what I'm saying? Adam ain't never leave Enoch. Adam is the Christ that knocked. You know what I'm saying? Enoch got CH for Christ's heaven. Enough got GH for God's heaven. Now you know where you at. You know what I'm saying? Now you know where you at. Thank you, Jordan.
So they would basically, people would take that and run like, oh yeah, this has to be factual, this has to be factual. Well, now they look at you and they're like, damn, this person is shining. This person has elevated. This person is Super Saiyan now compared to the version of them that we saw. And that's exactly what God wanted. God wanted to put you into the situation raw and uncut, as if he had just picked you up out the mud and you were just covered in dirt. So he could be like, look at this right here. Like, do you want this? Do you want this? And he wanted everybody to look at you and be like, nah, I don't want that. Like 12-12, like, nah, I don't want that. Like, that's dirty. Like, that's trash. That's a random rock.
That's what I wanted you to see. If you seen God dirty and trash, you know what I'm saying? Then you seen God dirty and trash. But God ain't never been dirty and trash. Now God might have got naked and this and that, but he was being possessed by, I would say, y'all. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna blame Jordan.
What they couldn't see.
What I'm saying?
They saw surface level, and they couldn't peer deeper than that. Well, now the deeper stuff is radiating through the surface level.
Man, I'm the type of dude, man. God the type of dude, man. Like y'all be up there talking about a David anointing. Man, if you don't get out of here with that David stuff, you know what I'm saying? Me and David Stoltenberg, you know what I'm saying? You know, I love David Stoltenberg. David Stoltenberg is what got David, you know, recognized by God again, you know what I'm saying? Because God had wrote David off, man. You know, it was a part in the Bible where I said David couldn't do nothing for me. You know what I'm saying? When I was talking about him building the temple. You know what I'm saying? David couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Because David, you know, stole a man's wife. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with winning a woman over a man, but then when you get the woman pregnant, you know what I'm saying, and then call for the soldier to come in, you know what I'm saying, to try to trick him to go home and spend time with his wife and sleep with his wife so you could lie and say that the baby, was his. You know what I'm saying? And when that didn't work, he slept at your door. I slept at your door, David. I slept at your door. This God, this Adam. I slept at your door as that soldier. And I had to suffer writing with your mind and your hand and your imagination to write that man and have him killed. And it wasn't nothing I could do. It was either God or Satan you was gonna be. And I was on your right hand, writing for you. And Satan was on the left and he couldn't write for you. You wasn't left-handed. And I sit there and had to suffer and listen to you write that man off to that captain. And I went, yeah, but it was your soul, David, that died with Uriah. Your soul died. That's why that baby died. That was your soul dying. That was you coming in. If the baby would have lived, it would have been you, David. And what kind of reward you could have had sleeping with another man's wife, another soldier's wife? What kind of rewards you was going to get from your soldier when they found out the truth? You know what I'm saying? I had to sit there and write in your hand, right? That's why I met David Stoltenberg and he introduced me to Jesus. I said, man, how many of you sitting up there smoking a cigarette and talking about God? He said, I got Jesus, man. You know what I'm saying? I can do anything, man. And, Jesus saved me. Jesus died for my sins. I said, man, show me this Jesus. You know what I'm saying? And I had me a little Bible in my pocket. And he told me to go to Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. And when I got to John, it said, in the beginning was the Word. And the Word was with God. And the Word was God. Nothing was made without him. Without him, nothing was made that was made. In him was life. And that life was the life of all men. And right there, David, I knew, you know what I'm saying, you won me over. And I thank David Stoltenberg for that all the time, you know what I'm saying. And you, David, I thank you, you know what I'm saying, because it was your soul that I had in the beginning, you know what I'm saying. I just went from shepherd boy to messing up, you know what I'm saying, as a grown man, you know what I'm saying, like T.D. Jakes right now, for losing his goddamn mind, you know what I'm saying, going against God like he crazy. Shit, I have to suffer talking through him, lying, knowing he don't even like Adam and hate God, you know what I'm saying, jealous and envious of God.
They're getting a unique peek of what's inside of you. And now they recognize, believe you me, they recognize 1313. They recognize everything. They recognize the come up. They recognize the lies. They recognize the situations actually that they put you in. And they recognize that.
You know, I have to suffer working hard and making $100 and some a week in some people. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that $100 and some a week ain't gonna get you no $120,000 car or truck. You know what I'm saying? $120,000 car or truck need to be cursed. You know what I'm saying? The car lot need to be cursed. If they got anything over the lot over $100,000, you know what I'm saying? The car lot is cursed when you're dealing with foreign cars, all them import cars and all that. It is cursed. Don't nobody want no Ferrari. You don't see 100,000 Ferraris going down the road. Ain't nobody buying no damn Ferrari. They don't sell but one. And they sell it for $1 million. You know what I'm saying? Now who gonna drive that and what is it used for? For one person to get in and look good, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Can't put no family in it. You know what I'm saying? But it's $1 million. And the best truck in the world, Ford, you know what I'm saying, F450 on the lot, brand new, $170,000, $180,000. You know what I'm saying? And God can't get now free. You know what I'm saying? The world don't even turn to where they'll give God nothing free. You know what I'm saying? He gotta pay for it. So I gotta go get me a 7-year plan note, you know what I'm saying? Tell them who I am, tell them how embarrassed I am to come to a world that don't give a damn about God. And that's the life they is, that's the love they were supposed to be made. You know what I'm saying?
Some of them could never truly atone for what they did, but some of them can try, and some of them have that very mentality, that exact mentality, that they can try and atone for what they did.
Getting my whole check stole by my boss and my wife.
Trying to
and ain't no telling what they was doing together.
You're gonna have a lot of people trying
you know what I'm saying?
Atone for,
you know what I'm saying, man? Who would want to trust the world
pain or discomfort
if you wasn't God? You know what I'm saying? And knew you was in everybody and you trusted
I just got another notification. They also recognize that
you trust yourself by trusting everybody that you cross paths with.
You wouldn't have been able to grow.
Now what about when you get in bad neighborhoods and stuff? God's still the same. And them people still the same God. Looking the same mirror and say, I am. So don't be scared of nobody's sons, daughters, white, black, Mexican, Puerto Rican. You know, white and black ain't no color. You know what I'm saying?
To help
it's ebony and ivory.
And purge what wasn't meant for you in your life. Because when you're alone, when you're
by yourself, you know what I'm saying, you get to know yourself. That's when you get to know God, when you're by yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Now they're wishing they would have kept your name out of their mouth because God has turned them every which way but loose. Some of these people really thought that you would never become this version that you are on today. They really thought that you would be in a position to where you would always need them. They really thought that you were going to be in a position to where you would bow down to them, chasing.
You know, God will always need y'all, but y'all will always need God first. Because you got to get the next breath. I'm the air you breathe. You know what I'm saying? That's the only difference between me and you. You got to take the next breath. I'm the air you breathe. It's God. And I'm you too. That's got to take that next breath. But we do that with agreement. You know what I'm saying? You got to love God with all your heart, mind, body, and soul, and your neighbor as yourself. You know what I'm saying? You can't be going in and out of stores and don't love God and don't know you God. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know you God, then you don't know them people that's walking around that store that's helping you, or you around there around. You don't know who's gonna walk in and do something wrong. You don't know if the police gonna go crazy and start shooting his gun. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? look out for God, and that's the people that you see in your face.
After them and continue to do exactly what they wanted you to do. They thought they would keep you in that trap of believing all of their lies, their manipulation, and everything that went along with them. While you were healing, they were going around smearing your name. While you were becoming the best version of yourself, they were going around creating humiliation rituals. Baby, while you were doing what you needed to do for the kingdom of God, these people thought they was ahead of the game the whole entire time. They were doing everything that they possibly could to think that they were kicking you while you were down. You wasn't down. You were in your preparation season. And God was raising you up for a time such as this. Now people are put to shame. They wishing they would have kept your name out of their mouth because their life.
Man, you know God's smart, man. You know God's smart, you know what I'm saying? And God ain't gonna put you in no parade for you to get shot by somebody that don't like you. And that's why I ain't never had a president like I did when I had John F. Kennedy. After that killing, I said I would never be president again. It's God. I said that through John F. Kennedy. I said that through God. Said that through Adam. Said it through Noah. Said it through Abraham. Said it through Isaiah. Said it through David. Said it through everybody. I will never suffer. David will never suffer having a man sitting in the throne as God. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, sitting in this throne, you know what I'm saying? You don't know when you gonna be able to go home. You know what I'm saying? You got kids, grandkids, you know what I'm saying? You got shit, wives, husbands, you know what I'm saying? Because you the woman and the man. You the sun, the moon, and all them stars, and all the roots, and all the grass, and all the roots, and anything you plant. You know what I'm saying? You walk outside, you got God. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to worry about your neighbor me. You know what I'm saying? I'm your neighbor. Gonna be your neighbor if I move somebody in this apartment. If I don't, then you gonna have to move next month. You know what I'm saying? Already. Cause it's too much, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because it's God. I need to be secure with my grandkids. You know what I'm saying? And PNC Bank, that's Peck in Christ. That ain't no government name, you know what I'm saying? For the United States government, PNC is Peck in Christ. You know what I'm saying? Now you change that, then you messing with me and my rice. And I'll never give you another bowl of rice again. You know what I'm saying? And eat it for your ass again. It's God that breathes for your ass now. And I ain't trying to get no revenge and all that. Vengeance ain't
They
mine.
never thought
you know
that you had that much
shit.
power.
Y'all wrote the book. I just
Pat
sit down and wrote it
behind
through
your
real godly right.
They didn't know that you are a prayer warrior. They didn't know that God really walked heavy behind you. They did not know that you have a heavenly staff that guides you. They had no clue that they were just one prayer away from everything being turned upside down in their life. They thought they really had you wrapped around their finger as if you would never wake up to what's true. These people really thought they was playing you, and the whole time they were being played. They were being played because God was showing you exactly who they were, and he was also giving you a sneak peek.
You know, that's God's job, you know what I'm saying? Jesus Christ told you his job was to introduce y'all to God and the holy angels. So I think I did my job. I just went and looked in the mirror and talked to myself, you know what I'm saying? I know it was sounding crazy and stuff, but the word of God is foolishness to those who are perishing, those who are dying. The word of God, foolishness. Me talking to myself in the mirror, seeing God and stuff like that. All that foolishness to people who die. You know what I'm saying? Like when I told my granddaughter that the orange was alive, she said, I said, this orange is alive. You have to eat life to live. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be alive for you to eat it to live. If it was an old, nasty, black, with black hull and all that, like them old nasty ass bananas when they turn black, you know what I'm saying, and mushy in the inside. That's death, man. It's death. What you gonna eat dead? What you gonna eat a dead orange? No, the orange gotta be alive. The fruit gotta be alive. The meat gotta be alive. Not dead and stinking, rotten meat. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way I see people. You either rotten, walking rotten, or walking God. Walking devil or walking God. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't know God in your mirror, you didn't know God.
Peek into who you really are. And once you put one foot forward and walked right up out of their life, that is when the wrath of God stepped in. And God has been turning these people every which way but loose ever since, because they messed with the anointed one. They messed with a child of God. The whole entire time you were in their life, you were saving them from the wrath of God. You were getting all of their spiritual debt while they had your favor. And the minute you left and you took your favor with you, these people really started to see how they played themselves. Now God has...
I don't want to look at it as they played themselves, but, God was going to get tired of it, and y'all was going to run out of workers, and y'all was going to run out of work, and y'all was going to... The government shut down, that means everything shut down. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got no welders to weld, you know what I'm saying? You got one sitting here, you know what I'm saying? That's God, you know what I'm saying? And I know all my boys, you know what I'm saying? Called one of my boys, he said he got to drive all the way an hour and a half to work now, you know what I'm saying? He can't even drive that he spent all that money on that nice house and all that God gave him and all that. And then they had to betray me, you know what I'm saying? And then when they betrayed me, man, hearing them, suffering now, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody playing by the rules no more, man. And government shut down here, government shut down there. Now they want to mess with the control of the weed and all that there. It really don't matter, because we really don't need none of this shit no more. We don't need marijuana. We ain't got no crackheads no more. Ain't no more crack on the streets. Ain't no more meth. We don't fuck with that. And we don't need legal. So all it is marijuana leaf, whatever that's controlled, you know what I'm saying, by God, you know what I'm saying? By God, not man. You know what I'm saying? We did y'all a favor giving you smoke shops and this and that there, because that's what was back then. You know what I'm saying? I had to give you everything you need. The medication, the steroids, the growth hormone, all that's next. You know what I'm saying? You need the growth hormone. You need the steroids. You know what I'm saying? You really do, especially y'all over 50. You know what I'm saying? To give you energy and lose water, fat, you know what I'm saying? All that shit. And we need to work out over 50. A lot of y'all sick, lame, blind, deaf, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't know God and ain't never knew God.
Raised you up to the palace because you learned what you needed to learn out of this situation. You told these people to be careful with you. You told them that they would have to pay for all the damage they tried to cause in your life. They took no heed to what you were saying. Now they're understanding exactly what you were saying. Now that it's too late.
See, man, that's why I say, man, I don't like to be known as a bad God. And, vengeance is mine, says the Lord, mean I got to pay somebody back. When I really don't want to pay nobody back. You know what I'm saying? I just want a clean slate, you know what I'm saying? That y'all make it, you know what I'm saying? And everybody just apologize, you know what I'm saying? If you want to do something about David, or David anointed is apologizing for David. It's David, you know what I'm saying? It's David Stoltenberg and David from the Bible. You know what I'm saying? If you want to do anything, apologize for me and my family. What we did, me and Absalom and the whole story. Don't just preach the story like it used to be, you know what I'm saying? Apologize for us. You know what I'm saying? This Absalom. Apologize for me doing what I did to my sister. You know what I'm saying? Apologize for me coming against my daddy. Apologize for my daddy stealing that soldier's wife and having him killed. That's what you do, man. Apologize for that. Apologize for the bad things of the Bible instead of preaching on things and keep going forward, Jennings. Come on now, Farrakhan. Last week, you didn't even know God. Man, I asked you on Donahue, 1990, you know what I'm saying? Did God ever talk to you? You know what I'm saying? And you said, of course not. You know what I'm saying? Because you was afraid back then to say, yeah, God talked to me. I talk to God all the time. I am God. But you couldn't do that then. It wasn't authorized then because Adam hadn't took his place yet. Adam hadn't explained what Adam means. Adam didn't explain what Jesus means, the difference between Jesus and G''Z. You know what I'm saying? He didn't explain that God's us and us gods. He didn't explain that you wasn't made Adams in the day that you was created. You know what I'm saying? Because you knew it wasn't no real devil. It wasn't no real Satan. You knew that.
They're wishing they would have kept your name out of their mouth. They're wishing they would have tried to do things a little bit better. If they had kept your name out of their mouth and allowed the separation, then things could have looked better for them. But instead, they decided to smear your name, recruit other people to come up against you with them.
Now y'all need to clean up the internet, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody's stuck on, because this lady gonna say the same thing anytime you come on her page. You know what I'm saying? Everybody talk about the same stuff now, and I ain't getting on nobody or nothing like that. But when you listen to gossip, and you start putting a face to the gossip, you know what I'm saying, or a name to the gossip, then, you know what I'm saying, you in the middle of the gossip. You know what I'm saying? I ain't just bullshitting.
Hey y'all, welcome to B's Intuition. I'm B, and I'm back with another General Collective Energy message. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I do cuss and I do tell the truth, so if you don't like either one of the two, then you probably should move on. I've already prayed over the cards and the energy, so we're just going to hop in and get this message. Please remember to like, share, and most importantly, subscribe, especially to those of you that are viewing the channel but have not yet subscribed. You don't want to miss out on the messages that God has for you. Also, please remember to take what resonates only and leave the rest for whoever it's for. Every message will not be your message. Part of why is because of, their persistence. When it comes to, a situation, when it comes, to their life. It says a wonderful opportunity aligned with your life's purpose is approaching. When it arises, take immediate action to embrace it. Additionally, a loving partnership or an epic romance may be on the horizon. Maintain your persistence and welcome the positive transformations that's coming your way. So there definitely are some positive things, that are coming somebody's way. So somebody needs to get ready. Yeah, it came right back out, 12-12. So,
because like I say, if I could be in a hospital, if you could put me in a hospital, and then a lawyer come up to me and have me signing papers while I'm in a hospital, you could have a lawyer come to my house and knock on my door and call me God too. You know what I'm saying? If you could do it to my sons and my daughters, call them gods and treat them as gods because they my children, you could treat me as gods because I'm their dad. You know what I'm saying? And get off this bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Coming against God, you know what I'm saying? That's bullshit. That's bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
There is a wonderful opportunity that's aligned with somebody's life purpose that it definitely is approaching. For somebody, there could be a living partnership or an epic romance, on the horizon. But yeah, somebody's being told to, welcome in the positive transformations that are coming their way.
He didn't already prove.
And then, the 4-4-4-4 came right back out. So somebody, is just being told, to stay strong and keep moving forward.
All I need to do is go back to the hill.
You could be seeing 1-4-1-4
on the hill.
On the card it says light up.
No, I don't need to go to
something definitely could like make somebody light up. I feel like whatever is going to take place, it definitely is going to be shocking to somebody. You could be seeing a lot of ones at this time, a lot of twos, a lot of fours. It says focus on your needs, desires, and passions. A lighthearted approach makes everything more accessible. New opportunities.
Thank you for the new opportunities, you know what I'm saying? I hope, you know what I'm saying? I done got the hope short now, Pop. But everything good, son, you know what I'm saying? We here now. Shit, and we in the throne, you know what I'm saying? This Uncle Richard, and you know I'm gone. Shit, I tried to last long, you know what I'm saying? And that crushing got me, you know what I'm saying? I know it, Uncle Richard. I know the difference between you and TDJ. I know the difference, you know what I'm saying? I know that was you doing crushing, you know what I'm saying? But everything else, Mr. J, I ain't trying to make that man look bad. He made his own self look bad. He didn't like Adam, you know what I'm saying? Adam. You know what I'm saying? Every time he said my name, he's cringed, you know what I'm saying? He hated my guts, man. I don't know why that man hate me so much, man. And I ain't never did, and I can't even go nowhere, man. But this man got God so much in his head that he done got me messed up with regular people, you know what I'm saying? Now I can't wear my mask, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what the fuck I look like, you know what I'm saying, to different people. Shit, I gotta shave, you know what I'm saying? Damn. A lot of shit you gotta do, man, to keep yourself going and keep yourself up, ain't it? Yeah, man. I left all that alone when I left the women alone, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all that's gone, you know what I'm saying? If I ever had, I don't even say if you had a woman or nothing like that. Don't even say that, because right now we ain't got a fucking job. And we the best at what we do. Shit, we are jack of all trades. And we sitting up here as God and can't find a job. And there's a whole bunch of other people out there just like us. But they at least had an identity yesterday, now they ain't got one. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they messed up with God. You know what I'm saying? So now, jobs and like I say, I'm just gonna have to start giving people their money, you know what I'm saying? $2,500 a week to people who don't do nothing, and $3,500 a week for people who do something, and $4,500 a week for the people who do the most. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care what you do, man, just do something. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. I don't even know what to say no more, Pop. You know what I'm saying? It's up to y'all now. You know what I'm saying? It's up to y'all. Y'all the gods. You know what I'm saying? Y'all the gods. You know what I'm saying?
At Green Mountain Energy, we provide sustainable electricity solutions to help you live greener. Plans.
Life is about to get so good for you. I could feel it in the air. Yeah. So good. So good. You have so much to be happy for. So much to be grateful for. Don't look at what is happening on the external, but more so focus on what God has promised you. Keep your focus on believing. Keep your focus on the faith, because we serve an almighty God.
And you right. And that's the way you need to think about it. You know what I'm saying? Don't focus on what you see on the outside. You know what I'm saying? Focus on what's going on in the inside right now. You know what I'm saying? Like the marijuana and all that. Everybody think it's bad, but it's the only thing that saved the world, man. I'm gonna tell you, it really did save the world, because I put myself on marijuana on purpose. You know what I'm saying? It's God. I did it on purpose to be God. You know what I'm saying? I smoked legal to be God, only to be God. You know what I'm saying? I knew I couldn't flunk no piss test. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew it was all about me. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't really about law enforcement. It was about law enforcement, but it was about God first. When I picked up my homeboy Skeet, you know what I'm saying, and somebody at work told me he'd been dead 3 years, then it changed for me, you know what I'm saying? It changed for me. When I went and drove, you know, my truck from here to Florida, from my home to goddamn Jackson County and Brown County, and was just led by God with no map, no cell phone, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? I was off the grid. You know what I'm saying? I get like that sometime, an episode. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't have episodes no more. You know what I'm saying? I don't go nowhere no more to have no episode. You know what I'm saying? But I do need to get back to me and my grandkids. You know what I'm saying? And my family. You know what I'm saying? As God now. Now there's no imitation God, you know what I'm saying, running around on stage stealing money.
We serve a faithful God. We serve such a humble and good God. God doesn't have to be humble, but he is. My God. Like, listen. The shift that is about to take place in the next 2 weeks, be ready. Be ready. Yes, it's going to be so hectic up until then, because it's the holiday season. Everyone's running around. You know, the Kingdom of Darkness is their, last minute attempts to try to complete their contracts. But let me tell you something. The way how God has been prepping many of his children for the last 3 months, he has been prepping you guys for what is about to shift.
See, it's going to be Christmas, and I ain't with my grandkids. I ain't nowhere near my grandkids. And I can't be near my grandkids right now. You know what I'm saying? It'll be like a John F. Kennedy movie. You know what I'm saying? But this God, you know what I'm saying? Now you know what God look like. You know what I'm saying? But you look like God in your mirror. You know what I'm saying? This is my mirror. You know what I'm saying? Don't mess with me. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, sweetheart. You know what I'm saying? She said some good things gonna happen one day. You know what I'm saying?
Earth sign that was hired to, and if it's not an earth sign, it's a younger person. Why is this person the Nine of Swords now? Why is this person the Nine of Swords now? Clarify the Nine of Swords. Because now they're trying to avoid a tower or disaster. Oh, wow. So somebody's getting karma. Whoever this younger earth sign is that wrote you and your person up, they might be, this earth sign worked together with the Leo to create some kind of an illusion. So whatever the illusion that this earth sign and Leo caused, I don't know if they showed your husband or wife something that was AI or fake.
You know when T.D. Jakes called God devious, I said, man, how in the hell this man gonna call God devious now? He calling God devious. How in the world this man called me devious? That's what I said. That's what I said. How in the world this man gonna call me devious? Now how is God devious and I let him breathe every breath he take, every next breath he take? That's on me. Free. And he think people owe him or need to work for him and be his slave. Is he crazy? This God talking now. Is he crazy?
Maybe they told someone you cheated or made a fake video of someone that looks like you. Whatever they did, it was a Leo and an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, that both came together to create some kind of an illusion for your partner, husband, or wife, whoever you're in a relationship with. And that caused the conflict while y'all broke up. They created some kind, and now that earth sign is trying to hide because the illusion has been dispelled. So whoever your partner was, now they know the truth. Sorry, Holy Spirit. They know the truth now. Someone's trying to avoid a tower. So someone's trying to avoid, so you reversing an ending with your ex, man or woman, whoever I'm talking to, would have been the tower. But this ex of yours found out the truth. Whatever a Leo and an earth sign showed to your ex, it was an illusion that the two of them came up with so that they could separate you, so that you could live by yourself, so that they could target you for what they wanted to do to you, okay? They specifically want someone to hear this. A Leo and an earth sign went to your ex when y'all were still together, and they showed them something that was an illusion about you. And that's what caused y'all to break up. However it happened, that was what caused y'all really to break up. Your ex might have never even told you what someone showed them, but it was conjured up and made to look real by a younger earth sign and a Leo. And after they did this, you were living by yourself. And that's when they started gang stalking you and accessing your home because they needed you to be all alone with no support system, okay? Because they didn't want your ex and you to come back together again. They didn't want you to reverse an ending and come back together again. That would have been a disaster. But now your ex...
Yeah, you see that? That's why we listen to everything, you know what I'm saying? You don't listen to everything, but you pick what you listen to, you know what I'm saying? Because that is my life. she talking about, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? When your ex-wife and your ex-wife talking on the phone together, you know what I'm saying? You know you ain't welcome or ain't wanted and ain't needed in the conversation. You know what I'm saying? You know it's bad. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's why I don't want to come around no more. Because if they friends, then I damn sure don't need to be around. You know what I'm saying?
Attention to all seniors between the ages of 50 and 85. My mom made one phone call, and when she passed away, I got a check in the mail for $40,000 that paid for all of her burial expenses and left me and my family a little something extra as well. And you can do the same thing right now for your family. But the problem...
What is wrong with these people? You are not the one to stir the pot with. To concoct and mix and tattle, you are not that one. So they're definitely barking up the wrong tree. You have people barking up the wrong tree thinking that you will snitch, that you will rat, that you will say certain things, and you will not. You are moving into a rebirth. And people are really trying to get up in your business and they want every detail and you're not giving it. You're not giving a word. So you got people seeing once and for all that they are the problem. So in this new era of your life,
I'm the only one technically can tell you what you done. You know what I'm saying? It's God. I'm the only one can technically tell you what you done. You know what I'm saying? I'm the only one. I keep your secrets. I cannot be no snitch. A God is not a God that he should lie. And God is not a God that he should snitch. You know what I'm saying? I know what you did last night because I was you who did it. You know what I'm saying? That's how smooth I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm a smooth operator with a loose tooth that's killing me.
you are not just the walking plot twist, not just the walking tower, not just the walking justice. Now you are the walking mirror that says, maybe you're the problem. Maybe you are, not me. So there are some people around you that play too much, and they have been trying to get some type of information out of you, or they've been trying to make you feel unwelcome, or they've been nice nasty, or just nasty, maybe not even nice. And they're starting to see that they're the problem. Oh, I feel dumb because you're not giving an inch, you're not giving any dirt, any grime, you're making things real simplified. You're not giving them ingredients to stir the pot as they wish or how they would like. And you are being put in a position to really support those that have been supported.
Into the banks, you know what I'm saying? All the banks, you know what I'm saying? Now I gave you a way out, I done wrote it. If you didn't read it, you know what I'm saying, in my email, then I'm sorry, you didn't get it. But that was to all the banks. You know what I'm saying? And all the banks should know how much I'm trying to pay everybody and what I'm trying to do. Everybody should be in my imagination now, you know what I'm saying? Because my imagination and ran away from me a long time ago when I made that song. You know what I'm saying? So stop bullshitting and banks start giving people their paper, not paper money, you know what I'm saying, but they digits, you know what I'm saying? Cause my daughter need a job, she need a business, and I already promised her she gonna get her business, you know what I'm saying, her nursing business, her pediatrics business. So that's my first loan, is to get my daughter started on her venture of getting her a pediatric doctor's office. and being a part of it, working for the doctor's office for a start. You know what I'm saying? But all banks know what's on my mind, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't sitting up here trying to get no monthly check from no government that don't give a damn about God. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't with you. Mark of the beast is not something I worship. You know what I'm saying? So banks, if you still worshiping money, picking Christ ain't no real bank. Picking Christ deal with labor. You know what I'm saying? The banks is my labor. You know what I'm saying? I told you, your labor shall not go in vain. So my labor ain't gonna go in vain.
You're going through this big aha moment, like, oh my gosh,
what I'm
this is the
doing
person
now
that's been there for
work.
me, so I want to be there for them. Here's another person that's been there for me, and I want to be there for them. So you're seeing who you want to show up for and who needs to take a back seat, who needs to pump the brakes. You might have a whole brick wall in your pocket, but you are not the one to play with in this season because of all that you have gone through. This was you before this season started. Freaking A. What is going on? Oh, another rat. Oh, another snitch. Oh, another fake friend. Oh, another fake relationship. So you are just going to be breathing life into yourself. You're not concerning yourself with anybody else, and anyone trying to rope you in to some type of shenanigans. You are going to be showing them that they are the problem. They are, in fact, the problem, not you. So you are battle ready.
Shit, man. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna get off this thing and talk to y'all later, man. I love y'all, man. It's God. Peace.